Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, again, and welcome to the Foreign Correspondents Club of Japan. My name is Khaldun Azhari. I'm president of this club, and I would like to welcome our guest speakers today, headed by Ms. Rebiya Kadeer. She is the president of World Uyghur Congress, and with her colleagues here, I would like to introduce later after I get the names in order. And we'd like to just confirm that in our press club, we welcome any politician, any body who would like to make a press conference from any part of the world, as long as they are legitimate organization or a public organization, or they are activists or whatever, and we don't have any taboo against anybody. So if there are some complaints against our press conference, we'd like the other side to come and also talk. Our doors in the press club are open to everybody for public news only. And without further ado, today our press conference will be about 15 minutes speech presentation by Ms. Kadeer, and that will be from Uyghur language into English, and after that will be question and answer for about 15 minutes. Thank you very much for coming again. Please.
Assalamu alaikum. Hammanglarning kashligi xayrli bo'lsin.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum.
Men İngilizce bilmeyi bir tercümeye verivatman. Kechirim so'rayman.
I'm very sorry, I cannot speak well English, so my Uyghur language will be translated into the English.
Men Uyg'urlarning bu milliy davası to'g'riliq bu klubda nurg'un qitim o'zimning xalqimning qirg'inchilik uchirganini, kishilik huquqiga dafsandlikchilik uchirganini va diniy erkinlik jihatda dafsandchilik uchirganini nayt ko'p qitim deb ketdim.
I came to this press club in many times. I talk about in the Uyghur human rights and the problems, Uyghur issue inside our countries, and many times.
Bulup mu Muşu yaqinqi Xi Jinping chiqqandan keyingi Uyg'ur xalqini qonunsuz o'ltirish, qirg'in qilish masalalari to'g'riliq nurg'un deklarat berdim.
I also talk about in the Xi Jinping government who become in the controlling of the Chinese Communist Party after his policy is pressing of the Uyghur ethnics and the assimilation in the policy.
Hazır bizningki Uyg'urlarni qonunsuz o'ltirish odatdagi bir normal ishga aylanib qolganligi haqida mi deklarat berdim.
I talk also in it's very easily in the kill in the Uyghurs in our country. I talk about this kind of topic also many times.
Endi bugun bularning hammasini desam yana shu konu gap dunyoning hammasi uqdi. Bo'lib men shu yaqinqi bir vaqt e'tibori bilan bir misolni aytib beraman.
I don't want to talk in all the stories again in here, so I want to talk in some new topic in today in this.
Hazır bizning xalqimiz 10 minglarcha ayol, kichik bola, qiz bola turmalarga siyosiy mahbuslar to'shib ketdi.
Now you will be see inside of our country in the jail is full of the Uyghurs. Thousands of the Uyghurs. Uyghurs, it meaning as the jail is prisoners is only not be men, also women and children.
Uyg'urlarni xalagancha o'ltirish, saqchilarga Uyg'urlarni qarshi chiqqan yerda etib o'ltirish huquqi saqchilarga berildi.
In Chinese government giving the power for the police, they can kill if they shot in the Uyghurs who become against of the Chinese policy, ethnic policy, and easily inside our countries.
Endi men yaqinqi vaqtdan bir narsani deyman. Tibetninki burunqi Tibetni qandaq boshqarganligini, qandaq bostırganligini bilisizlar. Xinjiang degan Tibetninki shujisi hozir bizning Sharqiy Turkistonninki 2015-yili shuji bo'lib keldi.
I want to talk in a new topic about who became the former Communist Party secretary in Tibet. He took off the duty on the Chinese in China in the Uyghur Autonomous Region. 2015, he became in Chinese Communist Party secretary in our country.
U kelgandikin Uyg'urlarning ahvoli necha hassa ig'irlashib ketdi.
And now he came from Tibet, and his name is Xinjiang. He became Chinese Communist Party in our land. Our in the condition is more than and bad than before.
O Aldı bilen Cenab-ı Şinjan'ı ziyaret kılıp bütün meçitlerini 70% çekip taşladı.
In 2015, he came to in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. After he visited first time southern part of our land, then he see many mosques and the Muslims in there. Then they will say to decide to them to demolish of some of the mosques.
Onun yeni çıkan siyasetlerinin birisi.
This is in demolishing of the mosques is destroying mosque, demolishing mosque, his new ethnic policy in our land.
İkinci yeni çıkan siyaseti her kanda Xitay halkı Uygurlar bilen katli tuqqan buluş gerek, ulanın Uyghur küçüp giriş gerek degen siyasetini çıkardı.
His second policy is must be every Uyghur families make relations just like relative moving to in the Chinese house and the neighboring make of the relationship friendship.
Çokum Xitaylar bilen Uygurlar toy kılış gerek degen mecburi siyasetini mi badi?
He's starting the new policy in the Uyghurs, in the young girls, in the boys must be marriage, Han ethnic groups.
Bununla karşı çıkan fikir belgelerinin hepsi turmağa taşlandı.
Who became against this kind of policy, and he became in jail. He will be arrested by the police.
Xitaylarning ki tuqqan bulumuz deb köçüp kelgen, öylürüge köçüp keldigan Xitay tuqqançılık münasibet var deb uyga mecbur köçüp kelgenlerni uyga kubul qılmaganlarning hepsi turmağa taşlandı.
In some Han ethnic groups and the families moving to Uyghurs family make of relationship and relatives of this kind policy. Who become and accept this policy, he become punished by the government.
Üçüncü siyaseti.
In the third policy.
Hazır Xinjiang potiye deydigan potay Şarkı Türkistan'da icat oldu.
He established in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region capital in the Uyghur and the Urumqi more than 300 and the police station. He's just like tower.
Bu potayning ismi Xinjiang potiye.
Everyone called this kind and the police station. This is Xinjiang in police stations.
Her 300 metrede birden nait igiz öyge okşaş potayını selip aşı potayının etrafında sakçılar turup ötüp ketip bağan Uygurlarını tutup aşının işigi solap kiyimlerini kızlar bulamdı oğullar bulamdı yalıngaçlap halıgançı urup halıgançı sorak kılıp halıgançı tutkun kılıdı.
Maybe you don't know exactly about this and the police station duty in our land. Every 300 meters he established in the one police station. This police station is equipment is the new systems checking of the everyone is mobile and the computer and who become moving to in the with the hijab in the scarf on the ladies and the young guys who using of the connect with the foreign countries and some news of the some and the Islamic of the Holy Qur'ans and something inside he checking easily he arrested.
Hem onundan başka çet eldeki kişilik hukuk fikir var mındaq bir internetlerge, telefonlarga muşundaq bir makalalar, çet elde yazılgan makalalar kirip qalganlar, ya Holnus Dalai Lama'nın resmi kirip qalganlar, ya mening resmim kirip qalganlar, muşundaq narsalar telefondan chiqqanlarni naq maydonda qo'lga elyapti.
This police station is checking everyone's in the especially of the young guys and the boys of the mobile. In the mobile sometime and police find of my photos in the Holiness Dalai Lama's in the photos also who become has in this kind of photos in his mobile. He will be jail in the Ersleys.
Endi yana onundan başka köçülerde Uygurlarını tekşiriş jaryanida her qandaq saqçıga qopallık qilgan qarşı chiqqan meni nimishqa aqtirsan degan Uygurni naq maydonda etib ishlab uqtirish chiqadi.
So in every street, in every district, and there is in some station is the police is checking of the local people who become in the against of this kind and the policy who become in the talk rudely in the police, and police can kill shot them in the easily because in the Xinjiang he give this kind in the policy for the now in for the police.
Hem de onundan başka Uygurlarga tuyuksuzluğun pasport takıcı siyaseti de pasport takattı. Kim çet elge çıkımen dese Uygurlarning pasport elişi çeklengen. Kim çet elge çıkımen dese pasport berimiz dedi. Minglarca Uygur uyadaki zulümden kaçıp çet elge çıkayla da pasport aldı.
So he's starting also giving to for the Uyghurs who wants to traveling foreign country, and the Uyghurs getting easily in the first time of the passports.
Pasportunu ep bolgandan keyin yani yeni siyaset çıkarıp pasport algan Uygurlarını tekşirip pasportunu yığıp eliş gerek dep siyaset çıkardı.
He started giving easily in the getting of the passport policy after that, and many Uyghurs wants to travel in foreign countries, but he's quick in changing this policy. He collect in the Uyghurs passport again. So every family in the police is called, please return back, who has in hold of the traveling passports.
Pasport алған адамның 30-40% қолға елінде, неме үшін алдың, неме үшін шет әлге шықмақшы болдың деп тұрмалағы ташланды.
Who applies for the in police stations in the police for applying for the passports? Who hold in the passports? Then who has in the passports? And those people is questions by the police. Why you wants to in the getting of the passport? Why you wants to going to foreign country? Who become you wants to meet?
Demek Uygurlarning ahvoli, men qisqalanmışını deyman. Hazır bunundan artıq gap qilsam vaqt o'tib ketib vaqt.
So I don't want to talk in a lot about because I'm feeling very sad. Also, I don't want to waste of time. So I want to become answers to your questions.
Bizning kişilik hukuk meselemiz muşundaq ağır. Men dep tügütüp bolanmayman. Muxbirlar bütün dünyada matbuatlarga da'vatıdı. And şuningdan yani qag'inni anglaysizlar.
I cannot be explain all our in human rights in the issue problems. I'm very feeling sad also, and many media is go in our land. They starting to report in the newspapers and some of them in the websites about and talking about Uyghur human rights.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'd like to open the floor to your questions. Do you have any question? Please proceed to the front mic. The first question, please. All right. Yes. Yes, please.
Thank you for your great explanation.
Yourself, Aritake.
My name is Toshio Aritake from Bloomberg Business News. My question is, where is or are the foreign media? Are there any foreign media representatives in your country reporting about those atrocities and abuses? Or if they are not there as registered formal media representatives, are there any foreigners that are able to take photos and distribute them to the rest of the world?
Sen uyada bir chet el matbuotlarning bunda punktlari xabar qilganlar va chet elliklar kirib osonlik bilan xalqaro xabar qiladilar dedi qisqa javob berdi.
Onda qılanmaydı. Tutudu, ulanınki videolarını tatip alıdı, ya ki bir 2-3 akşam solap koyudu, hatta ulan urup poglap çıkırdı.
In our land, in the foreigner correspondents of the press, a reporter, journalists cannot be entering. If they will be entering in the police check of the camera, video, everything, also they will be arrested by the police easily. In Chinese government, not allowed, and recently, especially in the south part of our land.
And onun sırtında eğerçenler özleri xalığan maqıldap ruxsat qilgan videolarning oqida saqchilar billa yuradi.
If some in the reporters and journalists take permission from the Chinese embassy, they will be entering our land also. In the some places following them, they will checking of the camera, in the video, computer, everything. But if he will be following China's in the policy, it will be allowed to do in the interview some of them people.
Ular bilan birmi Uyghur gaplashamaydi. Qandaq Uyghur chet ellik bilan gaplashgan kuni aksini qilibchi deb turmuq tashildi.
You can't and the questions any Uyghurs our land who become in the answers in some questions of the foreign media, it will be become arrested by the police. It's become in the Chinese in the law who open of security of the countries.
Hatta ulan muddasiz kesilib ketishi mumkin.
Some of them reports may be in jail in our lands.
Thank you. Next question. Okay, good. Until you think about your question, I would like to ask, what is your purpose of visit to Japan and what kind of activities you're planning here? Thank you.
Siz Yaponiyaga nima maqsadga keldingiz va nima qilmoqchisizlar?
Yaponiyaga men davomli kelib turaman.
I always coming to Japan.
Endi Yaponiya şu Asiyadagi bir demokratiya kuchli bir davlat, birdan bir.
In Japan, in the Asia, in the powerful, more democracy.
Endi yalğız Yaponiya emas, bu dünyanın hamma yeriga berib Uyg'urlarning kishilik huquq masalasini anlatimiz. Tibet, Uyghur, Mongollar biz özümüzün hozirgi ahvolimizdan dunyoga ashunaq taklif berib, dunyodagi barliq kishilik huquq aktivistlarini va hukumatlarni o'zimizga yordamga chaqiramiz.
I'm not only coming to Japan, I will be going around in the world. I talk about Uyghur human rights in the issue, in the problems. So not only me, also in Tibetans and the Mongolians and the human rights activists, they are also going around in the world. They will be explained about in the human rights issue.
And whom you are meeting here in Tokyo? What meetings do you plan? Are you planning with some politicians?
Endi uchrashmoqchi ba'zan tashqi ishlar kishilik huquq komitetikilar bilan va undan keyin parlament do'stlik guruhi, bizning do'stlik guruhimiz va Uyg'urlarningki parlamentda. Shularga har qitim o'zimizning kishilik huquq masalamizdan doklad beramiz. Yani shularningki bizning Uyg'urlarga yordam qilishi va siyosiy panoliq og'allarning masalasi har xil masalalar ustida so'zlashamiz. Siz deb qo'ying.
So arriving in the Japan in Tokyo 11th of February in that day in the evening at 6 o'clock in Tibetan house organized of the welcome party for exile of the Tibetan government, Prime Minister Lobsang Sangay. So I attending for the special guest and identity in that party. I get also chance for the speech in the Lobsang Sangay welcome party. I met him, I talked with him. So in the near future, I will be talking some Japanese politicians, Japanese foreign minister, also some of the Japanese parliament member. Also we have in the Uyghur human rights supports groups of the Japanese parliament. So I want to meet them, I want to talk to them.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marina. I'm from Waseda University. I have a question regarding the human rights that you just mentioned, the human rights issues that you mentioned. So there are about, as you said, thousands of Uyghurs jailed and arrested, and I was wondering what kind of resistance you see in your region. Thank you.
Endi şu ba'zanlar radio anglab qoldi deb tutadi. Ba'zanlarni siyosiy xato gap qilib qo'ydi deb tutadi. Ba'zanlarni diniy jihat namoz o'qiding, har xil diniy radikal degan gapni ularga shunday tuhmatlarni chaplab tutadi. O'xshamagan ba'zanlarni bir gapni xato qilib qo'ydi yoki bir she'rni xato yozib qo'ydi deb tutadi. Shu ish qilib Uyg'urlarni aslin qilabchi shunday siyosiy mahbus qilib tutish nurg'un omillar bor. Har xil usullar bilan tutadi.
So in our land, police arrests of the young boys and girls very easily. Number one, who become against of the Chinese policy. Number two, who become a religious person. Number three, who become in the lesson of the foreign countries radio program. And number four, who become in the against of the ethnic policy of the China. And this kind of reason, they can arrest very easily.
Andikin tinchlik bilan o'zining haq-huquq uchun namoyish chiqqanlarni tutadi.
Who become in the organize of the peaceful demonstration for the human rights, they will be also arrested.
Hukumatga bizni qattiq bostirdi, ishimizni xato qildi deb arz qilganlarni tutadi.
Who become show of the mistakes of the government, who become go in there, they will also arrest.
Chet elda tuqquni bilan telefonda ortiqlar gaplashganlarni tutadi.
Who become talk on the phone, who has in the relative friends in the foreign country. Also those kind of people also arrested by the police in recently.
Her üç uyga birden casus terbiyelaptı hazır. Hazır yeni Mao Xinjiang'ın çıkağa okturuşuda her üç aileye birden casus buluş gerek, hükümet birbirini nemi kılış. Aşı casus hükümetki devamlılık nazaretini kıptırdı. Ulağa olaydı kinişke dep kinişke takıptı.
So in now in our land in the Chinese Communist Party new secretary Xinjiang, he make on the new policy. He makes spies, 3 families, 1 spy. Spy is the 3 family, 24 hours what's happening. He report on the time. they have also special in card who has in the special duty. This kind of people is spying for the Chinese government. This policy start 2015, who in Xinjiang will become take off the duty of the Chinese Communist Party in Secretary and our lands.
Onundan başka Uygurlarının kimliği ID'si iki xil ID. Hanzo halkı Xitaylarınki bir ID, Uygurlarning iki ID. Her qandaq bağayada Uygurlarning ID'si çıqıraydı, yani bir ID'ni çıqamasa Uygurlarni tutudu.
So in the Uyghurs has two kind of the ID numbers. In ethnic Han Chinese, only one ID numbers. They are checking in every time who has no two ID numbers, and the Uyghur it will be becoming arrested.
Thank you. All right, we have more time for questions. Yes, please.
Thank you. My name is Kelly Olson from Agence France Presse. I have two questions. First, what are your expectations for the new U.S. President, Donald Trump? Do you think that, are you expecting that he will be better for the Uyghurs and for human rights issues in China than President Obama's administration? And secondly, in 2013-2014 in particular, there were a lot of violent incidents in China involving Uyghurs, some in Xinjiang, some outside of Xinjiang. The government instituted under Xi Jinping a strike hard policy. We have seen a lot fewer of those kinds of violent incidents in Xinjiang recently. Do you think that the strike hard policy that has been pursued by Xi Jinping has been successful in suppressing those kinds of incidents? Thank you.
Donald Trump azı çıkan iken bunun ki Uyghur kişilik hukuk meseleleriga qandaq qaraydiganligiga qandaq ümit bilan qaraysiz? İkinci so'ralim 2013-2014-yilda Xitoy nurg'un voqealar yuz berib bo'lib, Sharq Turkiston yuz berganlar. Buni Xi Jinping qattiq bostirdi. Xi Jinpingning qattiq bostirish siyosati bu yerda g'alaba qozonadi deb qaraymiz deydi.
Naydi yaxshi bildikansiz, rahmat deydi.
So you know in the what's happening in our land, you know well. So thank you very much.
Endi biz Donald Trump chiqqandan keyin biz naydi cho'ng umid qilyapmiz, lekin hozir vaziyatda aniq bir narsa bo'lmag'achqa o'zimizmi qandaq bir siyosat yurgizadi deb ashuni kuzatib turyapmiz.
So after Donald Trump is president of the United States, we hope we have some hope about Uyghur human rights, but we don't know what's in the future.
Lekin kongresslar, senatorlar biz to'g'riliq shu bizning masalamizni va Tibet masalasini, hatto shu kishilik huquq masalasida Donald Trump efendimninki cho'qim qattiq bir qo'liga elish to'g'riliq tashqi ishlar ministrligiga alohida xat yozdi.
And recently, after the American and the U.S. Congress members, some of them who supports of the Uyghur human rights, they wrote in the report Donald Trump about Uyghur human rights issue.
Endi Aqsarayning kishilik huquq komitetlariga senatorlar, kongresslar tarafidan xat yozildi. Tek endi shuning oqibatida biz kutimiz inshaalloh yaxshi bo'lib qoladi deb qaraymiz deydi.
So also some Congress members also write and already sent of the report about Uyghur and the human rights issue in the White House and the Human Rights Office. In this case, I hope we have the good in chance, we have the good and the future about human rights.
Çünki bu Amerikanınki özününki bizning davomliq Uyg'urlar masalasiga aralashib kelyapti. Mayli tashqi ishlar ministri bo'lsin, mayli State Department bo'lsin, mayli Kongress bo'lsin, mayli White House bo'lsin, biz bizning masalamizga aralashadi. Cho'qim bu to'g'riliq alohida bir ko'ngil bo'ladi deydigan umidimiz bor.
And the US government still is supporting our human rights and activists. We hope in the near future also they are same doing and the same support Uyghur human rights. I have some hope in here. here.
Xitoy nayt qattiq bastırdı bizni, qattiq qirg'inchilik qildi. 2009-yili va uningdan keyin davomliq bastırib qirg'inchilik qilib kelyapti. Lekin Amerika bir necha qitim suhbatida o'tirib qo'ygan bo'lsa-mu, Xitoy uni qilchi tinchimadi.
In 2009, in the 7/5 incidents Urumqi happened after, and the American government talked with China and many diplomats ways about the human rights issue. So in this way, in China is not be changed. We didn't get any answer from China. They are still doing and the pressing of the same policy.
2014-2015'leri sizler bir yer nurguluğa vakada yüz verdi. Xi Jinping'in katı kolluk siyaseti.
Endi şu sebepten şu 2014-2015 qirg'inchilik chekidan eshib ketgachga haq, mol mulki, uylarini masalan 1 milyonlik uy desak, uni 100 ming yuanga setyapti deb qaraylik, shundaq azon setib, 3 4 bolalarni elib, 10 minglagan, 20 minglagan odamlar haliqi odam savdogarlari orqali shu Osiyoga qochib chiqdi. Shu sababdan.
In 2013, in 2014, in the many incidents happened in our land, and the issue is the Xi Jinping hard policy. Some of them families selling off the house, selling everything, and what's belong to his family, he's selling everything and they change money. They are moving, thousands of them Uyghurs moving from the east of the ASEAN in Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, they escape. And until also in some of them is in jail in Thailand.
Keçib chiqqanlarning Tayland, Malayziya, hatta o'z bo'lgan davlatlarda shu faqat odatdagi fuqarolar 2dan 3dan bolalari bilan turmalarda 2 yil, 3 yil yetib bolalar turmalarda o'lib ketdi.
In 2014, some of them families escaped from our land for the refuge in the Cambodia, in the and Thailand. After they arriving in those countries, they arrested by the local government with the children. Some of them children is died in the Thailand in the jail.
Hazırgıçı Tayland turmusda 60 adam var.
Now still in the more than 60 Uyghurs in the jailing on the Thailand.
Endi Xitoy hukumati bilan shu iqtisodiy savdo qilib Tayland Xitoyga bizning 115 adamimizni qaytarib berdi.
In 2000 after the escape from our land to arriving in Thailand, and 115 and the people returned back by the Thailand government to in Chinese government.
Ularning hozir taqdirining qanday bo'lganligini uqmaymiz. Xitoy hukumati bularni turmuq tashlaydi, xolganlarni etib o'ldiradi.
We don't know about this 115 peoples and the version of those people returned back of China. Of course they are jailed, maybe some of them is killed. I don't know exactly.
Biz bu məsələni Birləşmiş Dövlətlər Təşkilatı anlatıbatımız, Avropaga anlatıbatımız, Amerikaga anlatıbatımız, lekin texi bizninki şu bastırılış, kişilik hüquq dəfsəndçiliğimiz, qırğınçılıq gündən güngə ağırlaşıbatıdı, yelinkilməyatıdı.
So still we report to United Nations, European Parliament and US government our issue. We report still until now, but our condition is not be changed. China is making a very hard pressing policy.
Biz ümid qilamiz ki bizning xalqmo hozir buningga qarshilashish Xitoylar bilan, Xitoy saqchilari bilan, Xitoy governmentlari bilan qarshilashish ishi Sharq Turkistonning ichida intayin jiddiy bo'lyapti.
Xi Jinping hard policy established in our land is very hard. So the local people is also hardly against of Xi Jinping policy, government, police.
Ularni naq maydonda etib o'tyapti.
Some of them is killing, shooting by the police on the time.
Lekin shunda bo'lsa-mu, bizda mushuni oxirlashtiradiganға umid bor. Birisi shunda kishilik huquq Amerikadek, shu dunyodagi davlatlar bizga yordam qiladi va o'zimizmi Jungodagi kishilik huquq ehtiyoji bor. Biz birlikda buningga taqobil turamiz. Endi biz o'zgardi, vaziyatni dunyoning besimi bilan Xitoy o'zgartiradi degan umidimiz bor.
So we have still hope, and also I have also some hope, and my people also hope, and we will be struggling and struggle to in the Chinese policy. We will be get support from the United Nations and the international society. Maybe our condition will be changed. I have some still hope.
Lekin buningda hozir Xitoy xalqimi uyg'unib ketdi. Xitoy xalqimi bu zo'ravonlikqa qarshi harakatga o'tdi. Meningcha uzunga qolmay bu vaziyat o'ngishiladi deb qarayman.
And Xi Jinping hard policies only not be our land, also inside of the China, who become in the need of the democracy. Also, ethnics of the Han Chinese also against of Xi Jinping government of some policy.
Masalan, o'zinglar ko'rdinglar, bir tinchlik bilan ikki qiz gap qilganga Ilhom To'xtini biz tinchlik bilan Xitoylar bilan birga o'tayli, bizni o'ltirmasin deganga muddatsiz kesdi.
So you know well in the Ilham Tohti, and he's in the formers of the China National University in the Beijing Minority University, the professor of the economics. He arrested by the police. He just said in the make of the website, he talked about autonomous region policy of China. He arrested by the police.
Thank you. I think we are reaching the end of the time. I would like to ask a question about a controversial issue. Last time you came here, you talked about some members of Uyghur people fighting in Syria, and she gave some information about that. Now, do you have still some people fighting there, and why you have Uyghur people fighting there instead of doing other things? Thank you.
Өткен қатым біздің бұл Африкаға уақытта Сирияда бәзір ұйғырларның ке қосыш қатнашқаларға керек күшаларға суаларға жауап берген едіңіз. Енді бұл қатым сіз бұл аяқты сәл тоқтылып қазір мүшет ұйғырлар бағын деді.
Uyghurlar Şarkı Türkistan'dan keçip çıqqandan keyin o'zinglar bilasizlar, birinchi ular Xitoychini tuzuk bilmaydi.
And I will be talking about this issue, who and the exile from East Turkestan. So in those people doesn't know well of the even Chinese language.
İngilizce bilmaydi.
Also doesn't know in the English.
Arapça bilmaydi.
Doesn't know in the Arabic.
Ular muşundaq bir qavalgan yerdə nəyətib tövən səviyyə bilan qalğan.
They are very low level.
Şunun üçün dünyaya çıqqandan ular kim ularni nəyə setib atıdı, kim ularni nəyə yetəkləb ketib atıdı, ular bilməydi.
So who became in exile from East Turkestan, low levels in the no language of the people after arriving in the foreign country, who become guided to him in true way, on the another way, he doesn't know well.
Onun üstüge ular kaçıp kaya toğır kelse, aş özüge bir asla ulanın kolda pasport yok. Ular karı yol bilen çıkan. Nurgu yerlerde ular kaçıp jügen boğalık için aşnak nurgu yerlerde Suriye'de ve başka yerlerde Türkiye'de her xil dünyanın hem yerde toxtab kaldı.
So who escaped from our land is Turkestan, now still in the Syria, and those people has no passports. They escape of the different way from country to country, so they are arriving there.
Unda boğalık için ulanı üyəgi bağandıkin xalıq Allah uruş qısaldı, xalıq Allah başqa iş qısaldı, oxşumuğan hər xil işlağa doç geldi.
So they are arriving after Syria, they have no passports, so in some of them groups guided to them to fight in the some of them groups each other, they become in the member of that groups.
Endi qalan qismini Türkiye'ye aldı, 10.000'dan artıq adamdı.
Some of them Uyghurs is exiled from East Turkestan to Thailand, Malaysia. In the 10,000 people is accepted by the Turkish government. They safely arriving in the Turkey now.
Hazır Kayseri degan yerdə 2500 var, qağaları qağa yerlərdə Türkiyədə texçi iqamətlərə erişəmədi ular. Lakin şunda bolsunmu yaşavat bir qismləri iqamətlərə erişdi, bir qismləri Türkiyədə yaşavat.
Some of them who become exiled in Turkestan, the arriving of Turkey, they get of the living of the permanent president and the residents of the Turkey. They are living Istanbul, Kayseri. In Kayseri city, we have in the 2,500 Uyghurs now.
Nurgun Uygurlar Rusiyanınki bombardımanında ölüp gitti.
Some of them in the Uyghurs who become joining in the Syria far, so and they become died after and the Russian and the airplanes is the bombarded of them. They killed in the Syria.
Thank you very much.
Can someone follow up on that?
Yes, go ahead.
Follow up, please.
Okay. Yeah.
So can we?
We need the mic.
Can we just to follow up on that? Can we ask specifically? You seem to be saying that there are Uyghurs who have left Xinjiang, East Turkestan, as you call it, and have ended up in Syria. and some have apparently been killed by, as you say, Russian bombs or whatever. To your knowledge, are there any Uyghurs who are fighting for particular groups in Syria, including ISIS? Do you have any knowledge of Uyghurs who are fighting for ISIS and particular groups in Syria? And if I follow up one more, what is the position of the World Uyghur Congress about that?
Siz Suriyaga qatnashganlarning AIS qatnashgan, shular qatnashganlar haqida bir ma'lumotingiz bormi? Undan boshqa dunyo qurultayiningki buning bo'lgan pozitsiyasi.
So I have some information, I have some knowledge about who became joining in the Syrian force, yeah.
Bağan Uygurlarning içinde bu Suriye'de adamlar uyaga keçip bağandan keyin bazen mödütül gruplarga qatnaşıp qalganlarmı ba uruşqa deydi.
Who arriving after Syria, they are in joining of the different kind of groups, yes.
Bazıları ISIS'nin qoluğa düşkənlərmi ba.
Some of them is joining ISIS and ISIS groups.
Onun içinde beşi jüylüp gitip özü ketip qalganlarmı ba.
Some of them is why they are joining, they are after in the brainwash. They join.
Lekin o endi bizning bir millatga vakillik qilmaydi. Nayt 0.1% desek buludu deydi.
There are not been a lot of number, just few of the peoples in Uyghurs.
Çünki bu dünyanın hem yerinden aşındaq ketip qalganlar ba, bu bir hadise, bu bir cinayet grupsuga aşına qoşulub qabatıdı. Biz bir millet bolğandan keyin bu bir milletning adimi dep qaramaymiz, bunu bir cinayetçi dep qaraymiz deydi.
ISIS groups and that kind of groups and who joining not be only Uyghurs and the international society in the different countries and the members also joining. So we don't think that's an important things. Just in the some of them Uyghurs, very in the small numbers of the joining that group.
Mesela meyli Dünya Uyghur Kurultuyu bolsun, meyli bütün Uygurlar bu nimenin ISIS'ga qatnaşqan bundaq adamlarni biz cinayetçi grupsi dep qaraymiz. Milletimizning a'zosi dep e'tirof qilmaymiz.
So in the World Uyghur Congress, we don't recognize of them. They belong to our society, not be Uyghurs.
Biz ularni hergiz Uygurlar dep qaramaymiz, bir cinayetçi grup dep qaraymiz.
They are also not be our groups and the members. We think they are just like of the
criminal dep qaraymiz.
Criminal groups and our society.
Dep qaraymiz. Şunun üçün biz hazırgıca Uyghur təşkilatları, meyli kişilik hüquq təşkilatı olsun, meyli Dünya Uyghur Kurultuyu olsun, tinchlik bilen biz şunçalaq Xitay bizni şunda qattiq qırğınçılık bolsunmu, biz səvirçanlıq bilen, tinchlik bilen faaliyet yaparız. Çoxum biz muş tinchlik bilen qilgan faaliyetimizde biz g'alaba qilamiz bir kuni dep o'ylaymiz.
So the World Congress also we doing in the peaceful activities and peaceful activities, human rights activities, we want to become and bring to in the good future in our lands.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would like to end this session, but before that, what's that? All right.
Saran oldu mu bu adam? Kalız gidip bakır.
Bu adam soru sorayım dedi.
All right. So I would like to introduce on the head table to my left, Mr. Omid Hamid. He's the Vice President of World Uyghur Congress.
Yes.
And to the far right, Mr. Sayed Turk, also Vice President of World Uyghur Congress. And to his left is Sir Haji Rebiya Kadeer. He's our interpreter and translator. Thank you for your today's. And I would like to give you 1 year honorary membership to our club. Please come again as usual. You are a returned guest and speaker, and we hope you see you again. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, and have a nice evening.